Guys, I have been saving for so long. You guys see that? I got like 60k Primo Gems up there and a 42 another intertwined fate. I'm just gonna pull for Lyney and then I'll basically save for Navia and Focalor. Okay, Lyney, the first pull, please, so we don't waste too much. Okay, nowhere to be seen. Wait, do we get Lynette? Okay, that's Bennett. Come on, Bennett. Okay, nowhere to be seen. Lynette, please. C1, at least. Let's go. Bro, Bennett, I know you're good, but I've got more than enough for you already. I even C6 you already. No? Oh my god, I hit hard pity, guys. Please, please, Lynette. No. How hard is it going to be for me to get a Lynette? Please. 5 stars not even here yet. Oh my god, I've got nothing to say. Please, I don't need another constellation of yours. Alright, that's a 5 star. Please let me win 50-50. Alright, I'm not even gonna complain anymore. 50-50 win, let's go. My god. I'm wasting so much Primo Gems right now. Okay, alright, let's keep going. Oh, double 5 star, let's go. Streamer Lux right there. There you go. Oh my god. Okay, I'll take that. I got a Tainari constellation, and then I got a Lyney. There you go. Wait, that's not bad. There and a Lynette too. Yay! Yeah, the splash shot actually surprised me, didn't it? And then we got a C1 Lynette too. I think I only needed a C1 Lynette. I'm probably happy with that. Okay, wow, there you go. Like brother and sister being on the same pool. I'm not even complaining. Now. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I do have this. I do have like 20 pools, so let's see. Oh my god, that's another 5 star. Holy shit. That's another 5 star. Where's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I don't know what I want at this point. I think a Wolf Gravestone would be nice. I haven't got that. So, okay, something good. Just give me something good. Okay, next one should be... Oh, it's Skyward Harp. Oh my god, I'm getting... They're like investing into Lyney so much. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Skyward Harp is decent. I got an R4 Skyward Harp. What is going on? I'm not even going to refine this at this point. So that was basically my Lyney pool experience. I haven't been pooling for a while, so you know, Hoyoverse decided to bless me with a 3 5-star in 30 pools during my stream. So yeah, I couldn't really ask for more. And so guys, I do apologize this video being a bit late. However, Lyney is a very new character, so it did take me a while to build him and test him out. But this video is gonna be a little bit less of a guide because I believe that most of you have already watched guides on Lyney. However, this is more of an experience of me using Lyney and how I feel about him after, you know, we've been waiting for Lyney for quite some time now. He and Lynette was introduced ever since the first Genshin Impact trailer was announced. They were kind of like the face of Fontaine back then because all we knew was Lyney and Lynette of Fontaine. Back then, I actually thought Lyney and Lynette was one character where you can use them both and switch between them however you like. And I also thought that they would kind of be Cryo and Hydro character where they would work really well with each other in their freeze team. My oh my, was that naive, because while of course there is absolutely no way that Hoyoverse would give us 2 characters within a single 5-star, right? But overall guys, I did manage to build my Lyney a bit. Now he's not complete yet, and I would say he's about 80% done because Fontaine is just new and we've got so many things to farm. But right now he's currently on level 80 with decent attack stat. Crit ratio is quite on point too, with a 51% crit rate and 180% crit damage. He's in a character that's 2 required on the energy recharge side, and we'll discuss more about that in a bit later. And I'm also building him pyro damage bonus as well. For Lyney's weapon, I'm currently using Skyward Harp. I'd say that's probably one of the most sensible 5-star bow to use him currently, because unless you really love Lyney and you decide to go for him, then yeah, you'll be pulling for his bow. But Skyward Harp is a weapon that you can potentially get for free if you do get lucky. You know, build like me who got 4 Skyward Hop, which is something I don't even need. Or if you do get Amos Bow, then yes, Lyney can really benefit off of Amos Bow too. However, it's a little bit hard to build him when using Amos because yes, it's a bow that focuses on attack stats, while Skyward Hops really generates you a decent number of crit damage and crit rate. But that's for a 5-star, but obviously for most of us free to play, we don't have access to that. So yeah, if you have the Battle Pass weapon, the Viridescent Hunt, then it's decent on him. However, I would say that since most of us are free to play, you won't be getting the Battle Pass and you will be getting the new Fountain craftable weapon, and that's absolutely perfect on him. I would say the only thing is that it's attack ratio, so yes, you do have to build a little bit more crit rate, but it does looks absolutely perfect on Lyney, and a powerful bow at that. So overall, we don't really need to fret too much on which weapon you'd like to have on Lyney, because yeah, there's a craftable bow, or if you do have a couple of other 5-star options you'd like to use on him, then that is pretty good too. Now for me personally, currently I'm using artifacts, which is 2-piece Crimson and 2-piece Gladiator. This 2-piece still works decently well on Lyney, since of course I haven't been able to farm the new Hunter artifact sets, because that is actually his BIS option, guys. If you can, try to go for that. It's kind of like a set that's made for Lyney. However, Lyney is the very first character that will be able to make use of the Lava Walker set absolutely well, probably like one of the most consistent character till now. So you know, if you do have the Lava Walker set ready, then yes, definitely you can use it. Some of us have been considering sets like Shiminawa too, and I say that's pretty decent also. However, it's a little bit hard to manage. So yeah, of course, if you have Shiminawa ready, then you can definitely give that to Lyney. Talent, as you can see, I haven't really been able to fully level him up yet, because again, resin limited, and also you know, the day of the week where his talent material is required. But overall, I would say that it's more than sufficient for this video, because I would say this is the current state where most of us are on with Lyney, unless you're like someone who have invested a lot of resins and level him up as much as you can. So overall, that's my current build, and some of a bit recommendation I would suggest you to go with him. Now in terms of Lyney's skills and kit and playstyle, personally I really do enjoy using him. I would say that he's quite an easy character to build, because luckily he do have crit rate ascension, plus the new Hunter set allows him to get a lot of crit rate off of that too. So technically speaking, you only need to focus everything into his crit damage. Of course, you've already know Lyney is a character that focuses fully on charge attack. However, he's not as fully focused into charge attack as Ganyu, and I believe that he's more of a character that takes a bit of time to master because of his skills, where you kind of want to manage his stack to as high as possible with a maximum of 5 stacks, and then do his E skill for the maximum damage potential. And also, he's a character that loses HP for every charge attack if you are over 60%, so that he gets the stack too. So HP restoration is something you want to manage on Lyney as well. Now currently, the biggest difference when it comes to Lyney and Ganyu when we're onto charge attack gameplay is that Lyney charge attack has no AoE, even for his Malkin Cat, where it's generate and taunt the enemies. Whenever its duration ends, it doesn't just explode like, you know, Amber's E skill, but it only targets one enemy. So that is the biggest issue when it comes to AoE with Lyney. However, the very good thing is that AoE comes from his burst, and his burst doesn't have a high energy requirement. It is only 60, so generally most of the time you will have his burst available, and this is the best AoE source that Lyney has available right now. So do make use of his burst whenever it is available. And something to note is that you do want to kind of cancel his burst so that it doesn't take too long, 3 seconds of on field, and he only do 1 instant of damage before burst duration ends. So unless the enemy is quite spread out, you kind of want to cancel the burst almost instantly the moment you activate it. Right now, the way that I found to cancel his burst instantly is you press his E skill again, and then the burst will cancel and do its second instant of damage, and that will be a very fast way for you to do Lyney's AoE damage. Now another thing I love about Lyney, and this have been helping me out a lot since I arrived in Fontaine, is that with his passive talent, he's able to tell you some of the local Fontaine materials, so that whenever you're near rhythm, it actually shows the location on the map. This is something that even Genshin Impact is lacking in the map. Probably the reason why they don't do it similar to how you farm material in Honkai Star Rail is because you have character like Lyney with this kind of passive talent. So with Lyney having this, it made my life a lot easier ever since I came to Fontaine. Now when it comes to Lyney's team build, I believe you guys already know that he is a mono Pyro team build character. So of course, generally the team that we think would be the best for him right now is gonna be Lyney, Xiangling, Bennett, and Kazuha. And of course, yes, this is the team that will generate Lyney the highest DPS number. However, in real practice, is that really the case? And I would say not entirely, because again guys, Lyney is an on-field charge attack user just like Ganyu, and the biggest thing that would come against him is definitely gonna be knockback. And so Lyney teams really requires a shielder. Without a shielder, especially when you are in the abyss, you are always gonna get knockback, and that's absolutely gonna be annoying and losing out a ton of your DPS. So a team that I've been using quite consistently is either gonna be Lyney, Bennett, Kazuha, and Zhongli, or Lyney, Xiangling, Bennett, and Zhongli, sacrificing a little bit of his damage buff so that you can ensure more DPS with his shield activated. Not to mention, still Zhongli is very valuable with his resistance shred and also tenacity 20% attack increase. So yeah, having Zhongli is still a plus on the team, and overall kind of like a must-have requirement, especially when you're going into the abyss. Or of course guys, if you're someone who's really good with iframe dodging, then yeah, of course you don't really need a shielder then. Now some other character that still can be used is of course, if you have Lynette build, you can still use her, or basically any other Anemo character will be good in the slot because of the 4-piece VV shred they have available. For Pyro character, other character like Thoma, Yanfei, and Dia can still be used because of course they add into the team of Pyro elements, but also they have access to technically a shield. Thoma obviously is a Pyro shielder. C4 Yanfei, if you have her, can provide you a shield, and of course Dia helps you in terms of resistance to interruption. So if you're kind of like lacking in some other Pyro, but I don't think that most of us will be lacking in Bennett and Xiangling, right? So if you want to use the other 3 Pyro shielder, you can do so, but generally just go with Bennett and Xiangling, and that's more good enough already. Now that is actually mono Pyro. However, the question I've been asking is that, is the only good team for Lyney actually mono Pyro? And so guys, I actually went ahead and test out some other team of him, namely, you know, Melt and Vaporize, and my result is that Lyney do have another great team, which is gonna be Melt. Now of course the current best team for him is still gonna be mono Pyro. However guys, Lyney Melt team is actually quite good. I've used him in the abyss, and the clear time of Melt team is almost similar to that of the mono team, and I'm currently using Lyney Melt team on alongside with Bennett, Diona, and Rosaria. I think this team is actually really good because you have Diona to be the shielder for Lyney, plus she has some extra healing as well as cryo application for Lyney to melt, and Rosaria obviously she's still one of the best cryo applier in the game to help Lyney with more melt. Now the reason why I found this team to be working decently well is because first off, melt multiplier for Pyro against cryo is actually higher. Therefore, for Lyney to be doing the melt himself, he will be able to do technically more damage. But moreover, during his melt comp, Lyney isn't just doing melt, but actually he's still being able to make use of his Pyro application multiplier too. So that what I found is that either Lyney's gonna be doing his melt damage, or he's gonna be getting his passive talent to activate it basically, I'd say 80% of the time. So overall, Lyney is still getting a power boost. I'll probably have a whole separate video looking more into Lyney's other possible team, but for now, from what I've tested, melt team on Lyney is currently very decent. As for Vaporize, I haven't really found any team that's actually good, because the biggest thing with Vaporize right now is that the best hydro application character like Yelan and Xingqiu is locked behind, you know, a normal attack character, and Lyney is a charge attack user. So overall, his Vaporize team isn't really good. Therefore, it's currently only team melt at this point. Now the reason why I kind of want to mention other teams rather than just mono Pyro is, first of all, of course, you do have some diversity in terms of using Lyney. You're not kind of stuck into only one playstyle, so whoever is loving using Lyney, you do have some versatility and team variation you can play around with him. But moreover, sometimes using mono Pyro in certain enemy situation doesn't give you the advantage. Therefore, if you have another element on your team, it might make things a little bit easy for you. So basically, that's the team comp for Lyney at this point in time. I really do love playing him, guys. I feel that he have added into the mix of charge attack user a little bit more. He's a character that you do have to take a bit of play in order to master because of how his unique skill is and his rotation in terms of whenever you're using him in different teams. Unlike Ganyu, where she basically focused most of her efforts into just doing charge attack, which do potentially makes Lyney a little bit more fun in the long run. Personally, I think Hoyoverse kind of did a decent job in terms of creating Lyney's skills and kit, because guys, you do already know that Pyro character is a very competitive element with so many Pyro character at this point in time, not to mention Xiangling, who's basically the best character in the game, and any other Pyro character, even the Pyro Archon, is going to be kind of like in competition with Xiangling. So being able to diversify Lyney gameplay a little bit here kind of have opened up his room in terms of your team comps and availability of more players using him and pulling for him in the future, which is something that I really did enjoy while using Lyney. And so overall, do I think that Lyney is a character for free-to-play player? I do think that he is, because he's very easy to build with crit rate ascension and crit rate artifacts available for him. Plus he have a lot of free-to-play options, obviously like the Fontaine craftable bow, and his team is absolutely free to play. Bennett, Xiangling, Lynette, any other Anemo 4-star character is absolutely good for him. And if you want to use his melt team, as I have discussed, again, they are all 4-star character. Plus guys, he is doing really good damage from my perspective. His current talent is like level 6 and he's already doing really good damage, helping me clear most of the abyss at this point. I'm gonna be excited to see how much damage he's capable of whenever I level him up to level 9. So definitely having Lyney on the team would be very fun and potentially help you clear some of the tougher abyss as well. The only downside is that he is a charge attack user, so if you're playing on mobile, it's kind of like hard to use him, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Overall guys, that's everything I have to say towards Lyney. I hope that you have found this video very enjoyable. Now guys, if you want to pull for Lyney and other character that's going to be available in patch 4.0, then I'm currently holding a very huge giveaway on my Discord server, so be sure to subscribe and join my Discord server to enter the giveaway, as it's a big chance for you to win a lot of Primo Gems. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me till this part of the video. Do check out some of my other available video, as I'm sure it will be very valuable to you. And with that, I wish you a super day and I will catch you on my next video.